tell me, how long have you been coming here to the Comic Con?
Well, I missed the first one because I didn't hear about it. It was a very local thing. But after that, I came regularly. I must have missed one or two, but mostly all of them. Yes.
So what keeps you coming back?
Well, you meet the people who buy your work, that read it, that you get hear opinions, and
Mexicans.
Mexicans, amigos, and also you meet colleagues that live very far away, England, Germany. They come from all over, and also New York, and you see them. Gracias,
Muchísimas
man.
gracias.
A ti, a ti, a ti. Hasta luego. And that's it. You meet a lot of people. It's a lot of fun, and I had great times. Won't miss it.
So in all the years that you've been coming, what kind of changes have you seen?
It grew enormously, and it has switched from comics to media. You know, now they are very involved with the movies, but the movies are very involved with the comics because the majority of movies now that the kids like are based on comics. So it is that type of growth, you know, that it goes into the comics. It benefits the cartoonists because they a lot of them in the underground or the small press have had sold for movies. So it's a great growth. I love it. And also you don't have to get bored with the same people all the time. Have a chance to spend 20 miles walking to see the whole thing, you know.
So even though the size of it has grown, do you feel that like the interaction you have with fans has stayed the same?
Yes. And I meet new fans who had nothing to do with comics. They come and watch and says, "Oh, you're the guy from that magazine." And then they start talking, and then you meet new fans that you can push towards the comic books that they didn't know because they know you were from Mad. Oh, I had great times. And all of them had to do with meeting cartoonists. From Japan, I met Osumo Tezuka, Dr. Tezuka, who's a great animator, creator. Oh, and then the parties. When we had at El Cortez, I cannot even start telling you about the parties we had over there. Those were great parties. Great parties. And it's been phenomenal. I remember parties sitting by the pool with older cartoonists and younger cartoonists like Dan O'Neill, who did the Air Pirates, playing the guitar and sitting until wee hours in the morning singing songs, you know, and jumping on the pool at 3 o'clock in the morning. You know, it's just great parties. Now that has disappeared, you know, because you don't have the familiarity of the small place like the El Cortez. But you have great dinners because now they have great dinners. So you go to, it's different, but a lot of fun still. Well, the first one I went was to a San Diego hotel. And it was probably the first official one. And it was very small, but very fun. And I didn't do that many comics then. So them was mostly from Mad. And there weren't that many comic book conventions. Now they have them all over the country. All over the world. In September, I'm going to Finland for a convention over there. So it was just very private, very nice. You sit and have a beer or drink with your friends. More subdued, completely, everything. And it was great. Well, the best thing is when you meet an older man that says, "I grew up with your comics. This is my grandson, and he loves your comics." That's the opposite, you know. "Oh, I love your comic. Can you make one for my grandfather who loves your comic?" Those details, those little things that happen often, those are the great things. Seeing that generations have seen your work, those are great. Or you get an adult says, I'm a cartoonist now. Oh, very glad. You helped me when I was a kid. You make me some little sketches when I would show you mine. So you realize that just that little moment of paying attention to a young kid, suddenly he's a cartoonist, you know? Things like that. Those are priceless. Some moments that there's no way you can have in any other place except in the Comic-Con.